And welcome to the dating game, and we'll get right underway.
What are you called, and what do you look like?
You please say hello to Cheryl, bachelor number 3.
We're gonna have a great time together, Cheryl. And here we go.
Bachelor number 1.
Woman of the Hour is an American crime thriller that marks Anna Kendrick's directorial debut and features a screenplay by Ian McDonald. The film draws inspiration from the real-life story of serial killer Rodney Alcala and his infamous 1978 appearance on the television show The Dating Game.
Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
Which occurred during his killing spree. Kendrick stars as Cheryl Bradshaw.
Cheryl Bradshaw. Hello, Cheryl.
One of the contestants in the game show, while Daniel Zavato portrays Alcala. But compared to the movie, how accurate was it to the real-life story? In Woman of the Hour, Rodney Alcala is portrayed as a former film student from NYU, studying under Roman Polanski. This background gives him an edge with his targets, helping him seem artistic and cultured, a stark contrast from his hidden brutality. The film uses fascination with art as part of his character's dangerous allure. In real life, Alcala did study at NYU, but under the alias John Berger. But the connection of Polanski is still speculative. Still, his artistic facade, along with his self-described professional photographer role, gave him credibility and lured in people who would become his victims, illustrating how well he hid his violent tendencies.
I'm called the Banana, and I look really good.
The film captures Alcala's calm and unsettled nature, which isn't far from reality. He projected confidence and charm that helped him evade capture multiple times, and his controlled demeanor led people to trust him despite his disturbing actions.
Easy. What are girls for?
In The Woman of the Hour, Alcala lures a teenage runaway under the pretense of helping her start a modeling career. But she can sense that something is off, and she plays along to gain his trust and manages to escape at a gas station, later leading to the police finding him. This part has real roots. In 1979, Alcala picked up a 15-year-old girl named Monica Hoy and ended up assaulting her. However, she managed to escape by pretending to be interested in him. She additionally asked that nobody would ever speak of it and made a promise with him that they wouldn't mention it again.
Do you think that you could not tell anyone about this?
Just like in the film, this cunning tactic is what kept her alive. Her testimony would become a key part of this case many years later, showing how Alcala's pretense of professionalism helped him prey on young women. In the movie, Alcala claims to be a photographer from the Los Angeles Times, boasting about his access to beautiful young girls. In reality, Alcala worked as a typesetter at the paper, but he took on freelancing jobs such as being a wedding photographer. This real-life cover helped him mask his criminal activity while working in a job that gave him access to potential victims.
Someone knows how to tie a knot.
The movie Woman of the Hour includes a fictionalized scene where the audience member recognizes Alcala from a previous encounter. She tries to alert the producers and police, but is completely ignored. This character is a composite meant to symbolize how many witnesses that reported Alcala's suspicious behavior, only to be ignored by the authorities. While no audience member raised the alarm in real life, many people reported Alcala's disturbing behavior over the years, yet he was able to slip through the cracks due to systematic failures. This part really emphasizes the disturbing reality that he repeatedly evaded capture, preying on people who could have been saved if reports were actually taken seriously. In the film, Cheryl Bradshaw is shown to be a struggling actress, reluctantly appearing on The Dating Game as a favor to her agent. Her character's resilience to Hollywood's shallow culture sets up as someone looking for deeper connections. In reality, Cheryl was introduced as a drama teacher and foot masseuse.
With a wealth of experience, she once earned a living massaging feet,
and her reasons for joining The Dating Game remain unclear. This adaptation adds depth to her character, illustrating her as someone whose cautious nature ultimately saves her from harm.
Can you be a little more descriptive?
Peel me.
By the time of his appearance in The Dating Game, Alcala had been in and out of prison for assault and molestation. He was already suspected of several murders, underscoring how he used his charm as a mask. His dark past was hidden by a seemingly polite, charming demeanour, a disturbing reminder of how convincing he could be. Astonishingly, Rodney Alcala made it onto the dating game in 1978, slipping past producers' background checks.
3 eligible bachelors for game number 1, and if you're ready, here they are!
His best time, he says,
The best time is at night, nighttime,
is at night.
Why do you say that?
because that's the only time there is.
Because that's the only time there is, somehow brushing off other times of the day with an eerie nonchalance.
What's wrong with morning, afternoon?
Well, they're okay, but nighttime's when it really gets good.
The show's host presented him as a skydiver and photographer.
Find him skydiving or motorcycling, please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
Unwittingly enabling Alcala's charming, adventurous facade. This shows just how easily he blended in, appearing charismatic enough to fool those around him. On screen, Alcala's dark sentiments were dismissed as playful banter, showcasting how his charm overshadowed what was lurking beneath. In Woman of the Hour, Cheryl decides to improvise her questions,
I'm counting on you. What are girls for?
asking deeper, more genuine ones that reveal each bachelor's personality. Her independence and rejection of the show's shallow format highlights the character's depth. In reality, Cheryl stuck to the scripted questions, likely unaware of Alcala's dark nature behind his charming responses. The movie's decision to show her deviating from the script helps underscore the reluctance towards Hollywood's superficiality and adds a subtle tension, contrasting her with Alcala's deceptive charm.
Told me your number?
I just gave it to you.
Yeah, no, I know. I just want to make sure I have the right one.
The movie shows Cheryl meeting Alcala for a post-show drink, where his behavior quickly turns unsettling.
That's good. I'm into that.
Realizing her discomfort, Cheryl eventually gives him a fake number, dodging the further contact and deciding to leave Los Angeles. In reality, Cheryl didn't go out with him, but did refuse the date after meeting him backstage. She trusted her gut feeling, a decision ultimately that saved her life. The movie intensifies this, illustrating the instinct that likely kept her from being another victim. Woman of the Hour depicts Bachelor 2 as a brass character
with the vinaigrette on the side because I like things undressed,
who feels suspicious of Alcala and quietly warns Cheryl about him. The two have an off-mic rivalry that adds another layer of tension. In reality, Bachelor 2 Jed Mills later described Alcala as creepy and unsettling.
He was a real creepy guy, a real idiot.
Jed Mills.
Though he didn't warn Cheryl directly, Mills would later recall how uncomfortable he felt around Alcala.
Comes up and he puts his face practically in my face and he says, I always get the girl.
A reaction that reinforces how Alcala's behavior affected even those who were around him briefly.
I always get my girl. He kills him. That's what he's talking about.
I still think it's absolutely terrifying that the vetting was so bad in the 70s, a serial killer was allowed to be on that TV show.
So I'll take one.
Number 1. That's your number 1. All right.
We make lots of videos and real life stories behind horror films, so if you enjoyed this one, then subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button. Till next time, horror lovers, peace.